Have you ever sent a text or maybe email in the heat of the moment and just instantly wished you could snatch it back? Well, today we're going to build a simple mental tool to stop that from ever happening again. Let's get right to it. We often think of self-control as this big brute force battle against our impulses. But actually, psychology tells us something pretty different. It's not about overpowering your emotions. It's about outsmarting. It's all about training your mind to work for you, not against you. All right, so to really get the solution, you've got to understand the problem first. And the problem, well, it lies deep inside our brain's ancient wiring. Its default setting, really. Its survival mode. See, this system was absolutely perfect for, say, dodging a predator out on the savannah. But it's not so great when your threat is a critical email from your boss. The thing is, your brain can't always tell the difference. So it just triggers that same ancient fight or flight alarm system. And this chain reaction is something we've all experienced, right? It kicks off with a trigger, that comment, that email. Then comes the emotional hijack, where feelings like anger or panic just flood your system. And before you even know it, you've taken some impulsive action you can't undo. The whole thing happens in a split second, completely on autopilot. But what if you could insert something into that chain reaction? What if you could build a little space between the trigger and the action? Well, that's exactly what the architecture of the pause is designed to do. Think of it like you're a mental architect. You're the one who's intentionally designing and building this small space inside your mind. It's not something you're born with. It's a skill you actually develop. A brief but really powerful moment of intentional silence. Now, this isn't about ignoring your anger or anxiety. Not at all. It's about acknowledging it, but not letting it drive the car. The pause is like a circuit breaker that just interrupts that lightning-fast connection between emotion and action, giving you that crucial moment to choose your response. This might sound really simple, but there's some powerful cognitive science at play here. It's all about shifting us from those knee-jerk reactions to more considered, thoughtful responses. This slide just illustrates it perfectly. We're dealing with two totally different brain systems. Without a pause, you're stuck over there in survival mode. It's fast, it's emotional, and it's purely reactive. But that little pause gives your brain just enough time to switch gears into reasoning mode, a slower, more logical state where you can be responsive instead of just reactive. So when you hit that mental pause button, you're not just waiting around. You're actually activating 3 cognitive superpowers that allow you to take back the controls. Let's break them down. First up is metacognition. This is the amazing ability to step back and just notice what you're thinking. So instead of being angry, you're just observing the feeling of anger. And that subtle little distance, that's where your power fits. Next is cognitive flexibility. See, your first emotional reaction, it isn't the only story. A pause lets you ask, what if I'm misreading this? Is there another way to see the situation? It unlocks all these other perspectives beyond just your first gut reaction. And finally, your executive function kicks in. This is like the CEO of your brain. It ignores all the short-term emotional static and focuses on the big picture, asking, okay, what is the smartest move here for my long-term goals? So understanding the science is one thing, but the real power, that comes from putting it into practice. So let's turn all this knowledge into a simple, actionable habit you can start using literally today. It all comes down to one simple number. 3. Just 3 seconds. That's all the time you need to build the architecture for a much, much wiser response. So the next time you feel that surge of frustration or anxiety bubbling up, don't fight it. Just stop. Inhale deeply, and as you exhale, silently count 1, 2, 3. That's it. That is the architecture in action. And why does this tiny little habit matter so much? Well, because it fundamentally rewires your relationship with your own mind. You move from being a puppet of your emotions to the one who's actually in control. You become a better decision maker when it really counts. And you save yourself from all that stress and regret that comes from impulsive actions. So the next time you feel that emotional hijack start to take over, just remember the power you hold in those 3 seconds. A better response, a clearer mind, a better outcome. The only question left is, what will your next pause unlock?